Now we're listening to Father John's homily as read to us by Eddie.
As only Father John could do, today's homily describes the new cosmos theology, the fact that there no longer is heaven and earth. There is just God to be found in the cosmos. During Easter week, each of the gospel stories of Jesus' resurrectional appearances occasions the break-in of heaven on earth. I suggest something more is occurring, something radically other than any kind of dichotomy between heaven and earth. Jesus' resurrection is an event in time as much as it is an event outside of time. The resurrection event establishes the reality of end time for all created being. It speaks of the transformation, or more accurately, the transubstantiation of every created being in the cosmos, in conformity with the transubstantiation of Jesus's resurrectional existence in the Christ. In the resurrectional stories of Jesus's post-crucifixion appearances, we are taken across the boundaries of death. The stories of the women at the empty tomb, Magdalene in the garden, the disciples at the seashore in the upper room, those on the road to Emmaus. These apparition stories suggest a duration of presence in which the corporeity of Jesus takes on a progressive change of substance from earthly substantiality into its completion of Christic existence. In these beautiful stories, Jesus is revealed as the Christ, ministering the sanctifying spirit of the Father's love upon all flesh, all creation. This is rightly understood in the theosis of God. Theosis is the godliness of all created being by way of the Christ, in whom the fullness of God's sanctifying spirit is poured out upon the world, upon the cosmos. Today's gospel story takes us into the upper room where the disciples are gathered. Thomas is not there when Jesus first appears. When he is told of Jesus's appearance, he takes a skeptic posture, insisting upon factual evidence for this unseen presence. When Jesus visits a second time, Thomas is present among the others. Jesus addresses Thomas. "Come here, Thomas. Put your finger in the place where the nails opened my flesh. Put your hand into the wound that opened my side." We are not told whether Thomas did, in fact, put his finger and hand toward the wounds. Perhaps Jesus might have taken Thomas's hand, guiding it to himself. Both these actions have been imaged in Christian iconography throughout the many centuries. All the evangelists tell us is what Thomas said: "My Lord, my God." I have my own take, Father John goes on to say. about this scene? I think Thomas simply swooned. He fell in a faint, or to his knees, perhaps even on his face. The appearances of the risen Christ express the personal manifestation of God's saving love in the risen Christ. As such, Jesus is showing the wounded flesh in witness to love, naked love, Venus nudata, a love unadorned. God is imaged in the crucified Christ as naked love. Put your hand in my flesh. There is no question as to the sensuousness of these words and images. It cannot be other, for the experience of flesh is grounded in the senses. In order to have saved truth and goodness from escaping into abstract notions, we insist on sensing their value. We say of an idea, that's beautiful. We speak of a person's goodness as beautiful. Beauty is the consummate theophany, the ultimate manifestation of God in the anima mundi, in the soul of the world, of the cosmos, in the soul of every particular being. Beauty is the way in which our hearts are drawn irresistibly into life. In the experience, we touch the ground base of reality. When in the presence of beauty that pains the heart with attraction and longing, the senses perceive the face of things, and the soul is set on fire. In the Quran, it is written, quote, "Everything shall perish except his face." And we add, "Everything shall perish except the face of everything." Amen.